Hello everyone, it's Pete and Grada here from the Purple House Wellness Centre in Forth in northwest Tassie. Again with updates for your health. Today we'd like to talk about the thyroid, and we were wondering whether in our times, whether it's ever able, if we're ever able to have a healthy thyroid, because we are bombarded so often with, or well, all the time, with so many toxins. Apparently our grandparents were bombarded, they were succumbed to however many toxins during their whole lifetime, as we do every day now. And our thyroid is one of the things that is impacted by that. Our thyroid filters, or the blood goes through our thyroid, how many times?
Every 17 minutes, your thyroid filtrates your entire blood volume, which is something not many people know, that your thyroid actually does that. So the thyroid is here, and it's looks like a little butterfly stuck right here in the middle of your neck. And when the thyroid is healthy, you feel buoyant. That's the word that shows up.
Yeah, it's like the starter motor of our car. And especially in winter time, it gives us a lot of energy. It regulates our temperature, our metabolism. So yeah, it really does, it regulates all the hormones.
Especially, what Pete is trying to say is, in the winter, the thyroid has to work extra hard. Just the same as like this morning when I left the house and the car was frozen over. It takes a little bit more time to defrost the car, so your temperature is harder to keep warm at 37 degrees Celsius when it's like -1 or something outside. So the thyroid has to work harder, and science actually knows that more people die from heart attacks in colder climates than say in the Mediterranean or in warmer climates, because there's also a link between the thyroid and your heart. There's a connection between your thyroid and your liver, and as Pete said, your thyroid is your key hormone regulator as well, or driver. So the thyroid has to make T1 and T4 out of basically base materials that you put in your body. So
with that filtering the blood as well, going through our thyroid and our liver, heart has to pump it around. In the winter time, we don't feel like drinking much water either, but it's important that we stay hydrated at all times. So we tend to have to, really force ourselves to drink in the winter time because we don't feel like it.
Maybe we can drink something warmer. Yeah,
well, warmer water is easier to consume than cold water at the best of times. Even in summertime, you can drink more water at room temperature than you can out of the fridge.
It's better for you as well, because if you drink cold water, your metabolism drops down, so it slackens off. So this is especially important for people who struggle with weight loss, which is nearly everyone in today's world, and that the thyroid is a key instrument to determine how big your fat cells are, how big your fat storage is in your body, and if your thyroid is not supported enough, it's really impossible almost to reach your ideal weight. But Pete and I today, we want to go on again about dangerous oils, because toxic oils, which are all plant-based or seed-based oils, are even way more harmful for your body than an overload of sugar. So you often hear us talk about sugar and carbohydrates, how damaging that is to your body, that accelerates the aging process and acts like a blanket to your body. But actually what's more harmful than ever is all the toxic oils that are found everywhere. So all deep fried food, even when you go to an expensive restaurant, they still use vegetable oils. And you probably use it yourself, so margarine, All the yellow oils that you see on the supermarket shelf in plastic bottles are all highly, highly toxic, especially to the thyroid. So we've already talked about it, how it affects the rest of your body. It creates inflammation.
You look in a lot of processed foods, and the product list, it'll have vegetable oils.
And people think that they're healthy, but they're not.
Seed-based oils are oxidised trans fats that are wreaking havoc in our bodies.
And they're often heat treated, and they have about 5,000 carcinogenic substances, according to research that I looked up. So the thyroid is like pro-life, very much. In fact, all the organs in your body are very much pro-life, and that means they want you to have a great life, a good life. They're very supportive of you. But if we constantly put in the oils that are going to clog up your cells, and seed-based oils do, they also stay in your body for 6 years. So even when you make the switch, you're not out of the woods for a number of years, you could say, although after a while you start to feel a lot better. So just let me remind you again what you feel like when your thyroid is strong and healthy. So you get up out of bed easily in the morning, you have energy to go through the day, your other people's ups and downs, or your environment, your circumstances don't affect your mood, so you hardly ever get moody. Your hair is nice and shiny and thick, your nails are strong, and you also have nice healthy moons. So a moon is like a little thingy that you see at the base of your nails. So you have like well-formed moons in your nails. So these are ticks that you can tick off if your thyroid is healthy. So if you've been listening to me, you can actually ask yourself, well, how healthy is my thyroid feeling, right? And you might realize that you might have a few little problems with your starter motor. So you can have a wonderful new car, but if the starter motor, turn the key around and the starter motor goes, or whatever, sometimes you hear that ominous sound, nothing happens. You literally need to get a new starter motor. But in your body does it for you. So like every 6 weeks we have a new liver. I'm actually not sure how soon you have a new thyroid, but it's pretty often that your body replaces itself. For instance, your eyeballs are actually completely new every 48 hours. And so your hair and your nails and all that, you know that it keeps growing. So
the good fats, the saturated fats, are like pouring petrol on the fire for the thyroid, particularly coconut oil. That'll really boost the thyroid. And it's particularly the saturated fats that we talk about: butter, cream, coconut oil and meat fats. So they're essential for every organ, really, particularly the brain, the thyroid, the liver.
So if you love the taste of coconut oil, go for it, like get it into your body, like as much, start the day with it, dissolve it into warm water, put it in your soup, put it on your food, put it in a smoothie.
Off the spoon.
Yeah, so we would say a minimum of 3 tablespoons per day, but there are a lot of people who can't handle coconut oil as well, so just be aware of that. So if you're feeling a little bit sick, well, that can basically mean your body has to get used to a good thing again. So what you can do is you just don't have any for a few days and start again. But there are people who literally can't handle coconut oil, and those people need to eat butter, lots of organic butter, which you can buy in the supermarket. It's almost the same price as normal butter. And then Peter and I, we also of course promote meat fats. So our grandparents, like Peter said, they didn't have as many toxins in the environment,
which your liver has to clear out of the body.
And the thyroid. And they also had good oil, so their thyroid was saturated, literally, with saturated oils, so their thyroid would have been in heaven, which was just as well, because our ancestors had to work really, really hard. If you look back over photos in history, they had to eke a living, and they had so many other things against them that we don't have. But you didn't see the obesity rates and the disease. We've kind of swapped their level of suffering and created our own circumstances where people do suffer a lot and also die from preventable diseases because of people not aware what's healthy and unhealthy. So in the 1970s, all these unhealthy vegetable oils flooded the market for the human consumption. But before this, many years ago, the vegetable oils were used for paint, right? So walls and stuff were painted with it. And then the paint industry swapped over to petroleum or oil, other oil. And the farmers started to give coconut oil to the cattle, and then they realized, oh, my cows and pigs are getting skinny on coconut oil, so they swapped it out for vegetable oils. And then they realized, oh, well, it only takes whatever half the time now to fatten my pigs and calves and sheep, and so they thought it was a wonderful thing.
And
but
they also fed them soy products, and they fattened the cattle and the pigs as well. And the reason being is that the soy products actually suppress the thyroid, and so their thyroid weren't working efficiently, and they put on the weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
we don't know why it was introduced to the human market, not for good reasons anyway, that we can tell, because it creates a lot of disease as well. And the vegetable oils go right into the cells, into the middle of it, where we have our little mitochondria, which are little powerhouses where power is produced or energy, and it clogs up the workings of the mitochondria. So really, you can't give it to your children, and you have to be careful then of things like chips and like all processed foods. Pretty much everything around you almost, of course, need to commit to creating your own meals.
Get back to what our grandparents did live on. They grew all their own food and killed their own animals and ate everything.
And then you value what you eat too, like you have a connection with your food, right? So if you feel a bit icky about killing animals, you just have to remember that it takes 10 times more animals to create a plate of vegetable or vegan food than one plate of meat. Okay, so you have to go beyond the superficial science that you're being told and think deeper, or start to think way more different about the problems that we currently experience. We were focusing on the thyroid. So actually, if you always feel cold in the winter, that means your thyroid needs help too. And Pete just reminded me before this morning, that our thyroid is a potassium-driven organ, so it needs lots of potassium. So if you feel like, okay, I'm hearing you, and I'm recognizing that I need a little bit of a hand, we can help you, okay? So just ring the clinic. We open Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays all day. We have a help desk as well.
We've got a proprietary blend of food-grade potassiums that will promote healthy blood flow, as well as
boost the health of potassium.
Boost your
thyroid
health. So it works perfectly for you.
Like a new car.
And the blood flow also through the heart, kidneys and the liver is essential for all those organs to be working efficiently as well. But we need a really good working liver and gallbladder system to digest our fats properly with, and to keep that working, ticking over really well and healthily. The beet flow is what we said we've got your liver covered with, and that keeps that healthy bile flow going, so you can digest your fats, keeps the digestion cranking away nicely, and you get the goodies out of your fats then.
That's exactly right. So your goodies are also your fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D. We always hear clients who say our vitamin D is too low, and they recommend it to have more sunshine or take vitamin D supplements. But actually the root cause is often that you don't have enough fats, and also your fats not being digested properly, right? So boost your liver function, and your thyroid will be very happy too, right? Yeah. So and it's absolutely possible to be healthy even if it's, and to feel warm and all sparkly and bright even when it's snowing outside or freezing and there's literally your thyroid isn't working. Your thyroid has to work under adverse circumstances, right? So of course this is a huge topic. We could talk about it for days on end, but maybe we should leave it at this. So if you feel like your car, which is your body, needs a bit of a tune-up, or you just want to keep it chuffing along nicely, we have what we call the full health analysis, which is something that Pete specializes in. I'll be sitting in Peter's room today, so he does like 25 different tests with you while you're there, and he researches your blood, and he takes a look under the bonnet of the car while you're here, and he tells you everything that he finds, like all your strengths and weaknesses. And
you can see my microscope over that shoulder, and my mini laboratory overgrow shoulder.
It's super interesting, and Peter, he doesn't leave a stone unturned. So it's always really good to have clarity, you know, about what's going on in your body, and then you have that certainty and you feel better in yourself when you have answers. And also, of course, I mean, we both also do healing sessions. We are both like very experienced healers with like 23 or 24 years of experience under our belt. So there's really nothing that we haven't come across, I would say. But maybe you can show us something new that would be exciting. So we're always keen to start the day with our clients because we just love helping people, listening to people, and, you know, giving you a better life. Or supporting you, or I guess that's really what I should say, supporting you in your health and well-being and your happiness. So, is there anything, Pete, that we forgot?
Another thing that the Tasmanian government on their health website recommend every Tasmanian to do is to supplement with iodine. So that's essential for the thyroid health as well.
So make sure you have your iodine drops every day. That's recommended by the Tasmanian government, so they are very smart. And so we can trust their judgment.
When I went to primary school, every child in primary school was given a drink of milk, and in that was iodine. And that was to keep that thyroid going.
We're talking about molecular iodine, not the betadine that the doctor rubs on your skin when you have a wound. So we're talking about molecular iodine or colloidal iodine, which is like this found in every cell of your body needs it to thrive, and so it's very important. And then last but not least, your tummy or your gut also has lots of receptor sites for fats. So it's also very important that you give your tummy healthy fats as well. Otherwise it's going to suck up all the unhealthy fats and that goes into your bloodstream and creates problems as well. And
all the myelin sheath around all your nerves is made from saturated fat and cholesterol, so which is a saturated fat. Yeah.
So we have to get back to that. We have to get back to our grandparents, or if you're young, your great-grandparents' lifestyle. I can still remember my grandparents, how they cooked, and even my father, he was a great cook, so he always used real butter to deep fry things in and so on. My mother didn't care about food at all. She was a sugar addict and she just loved unhealthy food, and she even, you know, used to rock up to us and with my 6 children with like bags of lollies and stuff which are dumped straight into the rubbish. But my mom had a lot of pain in her life and very poor health right from a child, and she didn't help herself. So I think, just to give you some backdrop information, I feel so passionate about helping people, healing people. I don't want to see people suffer, because I've felt my mother suffering all my life, like she was already suffering when I was born. So don't be like my mom. But sometimes that's just the way it is. Like, we have these internal punishment, self-destructive programs running, And if you catch yourself like getting hooked up, like you're eating too much bread, some people fall back into the trap of eating too much bread, it simply means your body is too stressed and it's reaching for the bread because it temporarily relaxes your hormones for like 10 minutes, but then of course it bounces back and you're worse than before. So if that's the case, just come and have like a relaxation session, or come to Peter and me and we can help you clear the stresses from your body so you can feel good again. Alright, so I hope you find this helpful. In 15 minutes I'm going to go onto the Grada Robertson Facebook site and I'm going to talk about the metaphysical reasons, which means soul reasons or spiritual reasons why people's thyroids get sick. So, you know, you have to address it on a physical level, and there are many other reasons why your body creates thyroid issues. So you can find me on the Grada Robertson YouTube and Facebook channel in about 15 minutes. And other than that, hope you have a really great week. Yep. Stay warm, have nice warm baths at night, give your body what it needs, treat yourself with love and care, and be here to support you in that. Bye everyone.
Have a good week. Bye.
See you.